What's up, guys? I'm going to talk about anxiety and allergies today. Go ahead and smash that like button down below if you're ready to kick anxiety in the butt. Leave me a comment as well and let me know if this is something that you're going through or something that you've gone through in the past. So for me, I'm going to start from the beginning so you can get a backstory on me. Ever since I was a baby and a child, I've had severe allergy problems. I have had horrible issues with ear infections and sinus infections. It's just the cards that I was dealt. I was allergic to Secor, a common antibiotic, and I was also allergic to cats, which was very hard to avoid as a child. I just didn't have a good immune system during this time as well. I wasn't necessarily the healthiest kid ever. I wasn't eating all the right foods. I wasn't really in shape whenever I was a child. That didn't help. But this is something that I struggled with all the way up until actually a couple years ago. I'm doing so much better now, and I'll give you some reasons for that. But anxiety can really flare up your existing allergies, existing allergic reactions, or existing allergy sensitivities. So if you're seeing a flare-up of this, you're not alone. Mine definitely escalated whenever my anxiety disorder began. So after I had that first panic attack, my allergies were pretty much twofold of what they already were, which they already were severe. I was on Zyrtec most of my childhood. That's whenever it was a prescription. Now it's actually over the counter, I believe. You can get it at like Walgreens and stuff. I experimented with so many other allergy drugs. I was often on prescription nasal sprays. I'm telling you guys, it was bad. And when I say allergies, I had postnasal drip, I had scratchy throat, I had itchy eyes, I had a nonstop cough, I always had phlegm, always had sneezing attacks, and it was terrible. But I actually switched jobs kind of 2 years into my anxiety, where I was in a warehouse and I was around a lot of dust and that made things horrible and terrible. But whenever I was going through my anxiety days, guys, my allergies were definitely a greater force, something that was very difficult to keep under control. And the only times it seemed like my allergies weren't super bad is whenever I was starting to recover more and I was starting to put a lot of good days together, and then my allergies would kind of subside some. And pretty much after my anxiety ended, things started to get remarkably better. That was after my last few appointments with the ENT, which they were talking about my allergies being so severe whenever I was going through this lymphoma scare where I would have my lymph nodes over here kind of swell. I had pressure in my right ear. There was discussion. She's saying maybe I needed to get tubes put in that ear again. She wouldn't give me a CAT scan. Of course, I was a health anxiety person, so I was upset about that. I was freaking out that I had tumors growing there, but it turned out that my allergies were actually flaring up, and she gave me some prescription nasal sprays, which didn't do much. Eventually, as my anxiety got better, it started to just magically go away. My lymph node swelling went down. The pressure in my ear pretty much went away completely. So that was something that was great about that, and it's kind of evidence to show that as you work on your anxiety, your allergies can improve tremendously. So if you're going through that, you're not alone. That is definitely something that I dealt with. But there's some things that you can do to help even furthermore. I have noticed in the past couple years since I started to take care of myself, my allergies have gotten tremendously better, and even more so in the past 9 months, where I started with no caffeine, and then I cut out beef and then pork. I cut out the sweets. I cut out dairy, things that cause a lot of inflammation, things that make allergy symptoms a lot worse. I cut out. So now I rarely have any allergy issues. If there's anything I deal with, I still deal with phlegm. I hate that crap, especially when I'm trying to make videos. But I don't sneeze all the time. I'm in my job, like I said, I'm in a warehouse loading trailers and there's dust everywhere. It's a recipe for disaster. I almost thought I was gonna have to quit after the first year and a half of me working there, because I was like, this is terrible for my allergies. And now I don't have any issues with it. I don't have any sneezing attacks, any coughing attacks, no itchy eyes. Rarely do I have stuffed up sinuses or anything like that. So I just want you to know that as you work on your anxiety and then you start taking care of yourself, especially with lifestyle changes like I've done, the sky's the limit, and you can really actually reverse a lot of health problems. You'd be surprised. Things like type 2 diabetes, heartburn, even heart disease and high blood pressure. Some of these things are actually reversible by cleaning up your diet and changing up your lifestyle. So I encourage you to do things like that. All those tips are actually down below in the description. So if you have allergies, severe allergies, you need to plan ahead. Make sure you have the tools that you need, whether that be nasal spray. Make sure that you're on some type of allergy medicine until you get it under control. But I want you to be actively trying to improve your lifestyle to make this more natural. You wouldn't want to have to just be on allergy medicine forever. Some of you have severe allergies to the point to where it's really a health hazard and it's deadly, like having allergies to things like maybe peanuts or shellfish and things like that. Plan accordingly. I know it can be stressful. I don't know personally. That probably would be very hard for me to always be paranoid about something being in my food. I'm sure it makes going out to eat not easy. Just plan accordingly. If you have to call up to the restaurant before to just make sure everything's okay before you get there, so it's nothing last minute, do that. Make sure that you always have your emergency medication on you for that. I know that sucks. I actually had somebody reach out to me and say that this is the root cause of their anxiety. And my heart goes out to that person. And I told them, that's just what has happened to you. This is something that you are going to have to live through, and you're going to have to face that fear. That's just something that you're going to have to tackle. You can't bow down to it. You can't suffer your whole life because of paranoia. So I don't want you to live your life like that. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Again, please improve your lifestyle and work on your anxiety, which all those tips are below. So make sure you check that out, and you'll see some remarkable improvements in your allergies. I'd say my allergies have improved 90%. So that's amazing for me. I don't have to take medication anymore. I rarely get sick. In the past year, I've been sick maybe for sure. One time I had a cold, and then I almost got one a second time. So I've been doing great as far as colds and my allergies. So know that it's normal with anxiety to see an increase in allergy symptoms. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. Stay tuned for more videos.